Today's random thought that popped into my mind whilst I was mucking out was when things go wrong with training. What I find, there's quite a few reasons for it. But if you notice when you're training and things aren't going according to your plan, the dog or the horse that you're working with isn't picking up what you're actually asking, what I like to do is actually stop and regroup and think about what's going through, what's happening. And one of the first things that I want to rule out is there an emotional reason why the horse isn't getting it or the dog's not getting it? So, for example, is the horse too... is there a bit of fear happening with the horse? Is the dog fearful? Is the dog overexcited? Is there other pressing needs? If we've had bad weather, so is the horse actually really not in the right frame of mind to be confined into a stable in this particular case? Do they need some time out to stretch their legs? Try and get those sort of emotional needs met first and rule those out as being reasons why the training's not progressing how I like it to be. And then once we've done that, if I've ruled out all those types of things, then one of the things that I find that happens, and I still fall into the trap, is I'm asking too much. I'm trying to get from the starting point to the end point to the last behaviour too quickly. So quite often, and especially when people are starting to learn about positive reinforcement training and they're shaping behaviours, we're just asking too much. So we're asking the horse to the criteria, we're raising that too quickly for the horse or for the dog. So whilst I'm regrouping, I just try to think about how can I break down this exercise even smaller. And I joke sometimes with my dog clients, usually if they're training the dog to stay sitting whilst the front door opens or something like that, that asking could just be us moving our hand a millimetre or a centimetre towards the door handle. Whereas a lot of times you find the clients, we ask them to do that, they go straight away for touching the door handle. Can't see my hand. And that's just too much for the dog because the dog knows what's on the other side, and that means going out for a walk and exciting things happening. So we really need to ask a series of questions in that case with the dog. Okay, can you stay sitting whilst I just move my hand a centimetre or two towards the door handle? Yes, you can. Great. Can you now do it if I move 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres, etc.? And just build it up from there. So really narrowing it down. Things with the horses, like if I'm shaping a reverse or something like that, quite often I might be waiting for a full step back or something, and at the start, when the horse is doing it with no pressure or anything, the first thing that we might actually need to do is just accept a weight back or a muscle twitch or an indication that the horse is even thinking anything to do with going backwards. And that's our starting point. From there, we build things up. And that does a couple of things. It enables us to make sure that the rate of reinforcement stays really nice and high. It keeps the learner enthusiastic in learning. It's setting them up to succeed. It's really, really good. All right, anyway, that was my thoughts for today. If you've got any particular questions or anything like that, feel free just to put a comment in. I'm going to start posting these up onto YouTube. I'll probably post them up onto Facebook as well. So leave me a comment on Facebook or leave me a comment in YouTube. And I'm happy to talk about anything training, dog, horse related. Just let me know. Thanks.